What's up, guys? My name is Blake Moore. Welcome to More Finance, and today is July 31st. And why is that date so special? Because today is the Doordash Day of Rest, the Doordash strike, whatever you want to call it. This is the day. So I think today should actually be renamed Making Money Day, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and make money, and we're going to see if it's any different, if people are actually taking the day off and not working, or if it's just going to be like any other old Saturday. So I'm going to be running all three apps, and the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to see if Grubhub and Uber Eats are super slow, because everyone's using those instead of Doordash today. So that's why I'm going to have those running at the same time. And I also want to see if Doordash is going to be way busier. So that's why I'm running all three apps. I figured it would give me a better understanding of kind of what's going on today, especially in my area. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try and go as long as I possibly can today, maybe 9 or 10 hours. I'm not quite sure. But if I'm making good money throughout the day, then why not go as long as I can, you know? Take all the orders I can while these people are laying on their couch going on strike. So we're going, it's about 1 o'clock right now. So I unfortunately got a little bit of a late start to the day, but I had some work to do in the morning. So we'll probably go 9 or 10 hours. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of the goal. And yeah, let's get going. Let's see if Doordash is actually busier today and if people are actually going on strike. All right, guys, so we're about 2 hours through this shift today, and something I have noticed is that Uber Eats is incredibly slow, and I think that's because a lot of drivers are on the road for Uber Eats. I did notice Doordash was consistently busy the entire time so far, and we're at about $44 so far, so $22 an hour. Not bad from 1:30 to 3:30 is what I ended up doing. So that's a pretty slow time during the day, and I still was averaging $22 an hour, so not bad. Grubhub was averagely busy. I didn't really see a change in Grubhub at all, but it is interesting. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break right now and eat some food before I go out for this night shift or I guess evening shift that I'm going to be doing. So we'll find out more information then, and yeah, I'm going to go eat some food. So I'll see you guys later. Well, guys, we are about 2.5 hours into this evening shift now since my last break, and things have honestly been a little bit weird. It seems like every Doordash order I get is a stack. So that does imply to me that it is busier than normal. But is it just a Saturday night? That's really my question I have. Is it just busy because people are actually on strike? Or is it busy because it's a Saturday night? It's hard to tell, to be honest with you guys. But I have been consistently getting orders, and Grubhub has been completely just bumping, honestly. Like, I'm almost getting as many Grubhub orders as I am Doordash. I've had to decline a lot of them because they haven't been as good as some of the Doordash ones I'm getting, but it's just like, wow. And then Uber Eats has been slower than normal, and I'm wondering if that's because people are doing Uber Eats instead of Doordash today. That's a theory, but I mean, you never know. You really never know. So I can't come to any conclusions yet. So it's about 8 o'clock right now. I'm probably going to go for another 2 hours. We'll see how the rest of the night ends. But so far, I've actually run into a lot of problems, like long waits at restaurants, and just like, I guess that's really the only problem. But some of these waits are like 10, 15 minutes, and these restaurants are just getting swarmed with delivery orders. And so I don't know if it's just a busy night. I don't know what's going on, but it has been kind of weird. I think I'm averaging $25 an hour for the entire day so far, which is kind of low for a Saturday, to be honest, multi-apping. So kind of weird, interesting stuff, but we'll see how these last 2 hours go and come to a final conclusion. Well, guys, unfortunately, I had to end my shift prematurely because of this right here. Doordash wasn't busy in my area. All around me, busy, but for some reason, my area, I couldn't keep dashing. So that kind of sucked, but it does kind of prove the point. Maybe a lot of people in my area didn't do the strike, and maybe a lot of people in general didn't do the strike. I'm curious to hear your comments. Comment down below if you dashed on this day and you noticed any differences, because really I didn't. The only thing I kind of saw was a little bit more stacked orders, but that was about it. Honestly, Uber Eats was a little bit slower. Maybe some people were doing it. Grubhub was just off the charts busy, like one of the busiest Grubhub nights I've ever had, to be honest. So people weren't using Grubhub like they said they were. So leave your comments down below because I'm curious to see, because to be honest, I really don't think a lot of people at all participated in this strike. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys saw. So yeah, that wraps up this shift. I'm going to be going over my finance breakdown for you guys in the morning like I always do. And we'll go over the numbers, how much I made, all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the morning. All right, guys, sorry. I don't know how good the audio quality is going to be. We're going to have to be a little more up close and personal in this finance breakdown because my microphone's batteries died. So I couldn't use it, and I didn't have time to go pick up new batteries from the store. So we're just gonna do it like this real quick. It's just the outro of the video, so I figured not a big deal, but I apologize for the audio. So let's get right into the finance breakdown for you guys. I'll throw it up on the screen for you while I look through it on my phone. So we ended up going 8 hours, and from DoorDash we made $96.75. From Uber Eats we made $33.58, and from Grubhub we made $29.71. So you might think, Blake, I thought you said Grubhub was bumping. It was. If you guys look at that screenshot again, you guys can see that I only accepted 10% of the orders because DoorDash was just better throughout the whole night. So that brought our total to $160.04. And because we worked 8 hours, that's easy math, we made $20 an hour. So that's actually terrible for a Saturday. I usually make $30 an hour pretty easily on Saturdays. So that's kind of odd. Maybe more people went out because of the strike. I don't know. But then we ended up driving 86 miles that day, which brought our dollar per mile ratio to $1.86 per mile. And that's including driving around declining orders. So you guys can see that the dollar per mile ratio was really good actually, which just goes to show you how long I was waiting at restaurants because I just wasn't driving around that much. A lot of the time was spent waiting at restaurants. So it was just a super busy night for restaurants, and so I completely understand why the wait times were long, but it was literally like every single order. I'm not kidding you guys. Like most of the time, if I wait like 10 minutes, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna unassign this order and leave. But it kept on happening like every single order, and so I'm like, well, this is just gonna be how it is today, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So then I just started waiting the 10 and 15 minute wait times at these restaurants. And as you guys can see, it really took a toll on my pay. So because we drove the 86 miles, we get a $48.16 tax deduction, which means the total that we have to pay taxes on is $111.88. Now, I usually take 30% of that and save it away towards taxes. And I know in a previous video I told you guys that it would probably end up being more, but then I forgot that I have a lot of YouTube write-offs I can use as well. So it probably is going to be around 30%. So I'm just going to stick with that because it's easier and that's probably what it's going to end up being anyway. So 30% towards taxes would be $33.56. So our total after taxes is $126.48. Then we have to factor in our expenses, which is gas and any car maintenance and car savings. So for gas, we spent $11.05. And the way you do that is you just take the amount of miles you drove divided by the amount of miles you can drive on a full tank of gas. You get a certain percentage number, and then you have to figure out how much money you spend on a full tank of gas, which for me is $65. So then you take that percentage number that you got and you multiply it by the amount of money you spend on a full tank of gas. So I believe it was 11.7% of a full tank of gas that I used. So then I multiply $65 by 0.117, and then I got that $11.05 total for my gas expense. So that's kind of how you do that if you guys were wondering. I've explained it a little bit in some of my other videos, but I think it's good to refresh you guys, and also for those new viewers out there who haven't seen any of my other videos, that's how you get that number. And then our total profit after all expenses and taxes was $109.11, which brings our hourly profit to only $13.64. So not a good Saturday whatsoever. I'm assuming a lot of people didn't go on strike at all, and I'm sure hardly any percent of the Dashers even knew about it. There's probably hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Dashers that have never even seen a DoorDash YouTube video or never read a DoorDash Reddit page or anything like that. So I'm sure they didn't even know about it. So overall, I didn't see much of a difference. and the whole strike thing, I didn't think it was going to work anyway. But leave your guys' comments down below if you saw anything different from my market. I would love to hear from you guys, see what it was like in your guys' market. So leave comments down below. And if you got anything out of this video, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And as you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world, and I will see you guys next time.